Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tighten Up Tuesday, number 7, here on Curtis's Podcast Network. I'm your host, Curtis Brown, and though I'm a Texans fan, I will be as unbiased as humanly possible for this. Joined, as always, by Blake Bellamy, our resident Titans fan on the channel. Joined again by Titan Fox. You should follow him everywhere possible. And then, finally, we got him on the channel, finally. Frederick Mayr Shelley is in the building.
Heck yeah.
Hey, we're gonna put a link to your video that you did, the latest Titans song.
Oh yeah, do that. That's what's up.
We'll put a link at the bottom in the description.
Cold.
So send me that.
Yeah,
after.
I need them plays, man. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah. So everybody, click, watch the video. We're about to get at it. Boys, thanks for joining me. We're gonna be talking draft. We're gonna be talking rumors. We're gonna be talking. Well, you know, the draft. It's 9 days away, so let's fucking get into it. First, let's get into a rumor. Aaron Rodgers. Is he going to be a Titan? They've been digging. They've been asking questions. What would you feel if you woke up tomorrow and the Titans have traded 2 seconds for Aaron Rodgers?
I mean, 2 seconds, I'm not going to hate it, but yeah, it's not my first choice. I mean, the dude is, 36 years old? I feel like Aaron Rodgers is playing
30,
forever.
He's about to be 40.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's older than that, man.
Yeah, he's old, man. He got drafted in 2005. So if we get him, I mean, it's a 1 year 2 rental, but I mean, who's he going to throw to? Who's going to block for him? He's not mobile like he used to be. He doesn't have the chemistry with these new guys that he did with, like, Marquez Valdez-Scantling and a bunch of those other random dudes that he loves so much. Like, he probably wants Randall Cobb to come out of retirement and come to Tennessee. And that's just not going to happen.
I do not want Randall Cobb. I'm sorry.
Nobody wants Randall Cobb.
I don't want Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb.
This sounds terrible. I didn't even think about it like that.
I wanted Randall Cobb like 10 years ago, but not now.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, at this point, I'll take corn on the cob.
Exactly. Hey, man, what you said, I'm with you on that. Titan, you want to go next on your opinion on Rodgers? You want to go?
Well, honestly, as far as the rumors go, it's just speculation. As far as they've said online that the Titans have talked to them about it. But there's nothing wrong with talking to somebody about something. Nothing wrong with that. And you got to keep your options open. But seriously, the amount that it would cost for him to come here and the weapons that he would lack just doesn't make any sense for us at all. I mean, So for me, it's just throw it up in the air. Yeah, shoot it down, because I don't think it's happening ever.
Yo, we're not a QB away.
It's just pointless, because I mean, if you think about it, Rodgers is getting paid like $60 million a year, so we don't have like any cap room. Like we can't even shop at the Dollar Tree, honestly, right now with our amount of cap space. So you're gonna have to get a 38-year-old quarterback, right? To get him, you're gonna have to probably give them 2 first-round picks. You only have 6 picks in the draft right now as we speak. So, and then you're gonna have to give away 2 of your 3 best players. You're going to have to give up Derrick Henry, most likely. You're also going to have to get rid of Kevin Byard. And then so it's basically, and then you're going to trade Ryan Tannehill, of course. So the thing is like you're going to have Aaron Rodgers without the best weapon on the team. Then the defense is going to be without their quarterback. And you're not going to have any money to kind of get I don't even think we could even afford Randall Cobb, even if we even got Aaron Rodgers. So why would he even want to come here anyway? Like, so it honestly, it makes no sense. Like, I get that, they're just doing their due diligence, and you're right, Titan Fox. There's nothing wrong with talking to somebody. It's nothing wrong with talking to a girl about a relationship. That don't mean you have to go through with it. You can talk to her about it, but that don't mean you have to go through it. So I mean, I get it. I understand.
Yeah. One thing I would like to say about your take there, Fred. I don't think they'd have to give up Derrick. They already have Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, so I don't know that they would give up, that they would even need him.
Well, the reason why I say that, Kurt, is just because like the cap room. That's why I say it, because you couldn't bring. Okay, you're gonna bring $60 million. It's not because that you would have to trade Derrick Henry because they would want him. I think that it's just with cap room you would have to. That's the only reason why I say it.
Yeah, trade him to a different
I mean,
team. You mean?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Maybe like a big 3 or 4 way trade or something.
Yeah, I mean,
Can
those
you
are
imagine that? Though giving up every superstar straight down the line from Derrick Henry to Kevin Byard.
And if you're gonna get rid of all of them, that would be like having a Porsche with no gas. Like, what is Rodgers gonna do? Like, literally nothing. He's gonna be worse off.
You got a great car and it can't get nowhere.
Exactly. Got no gas.
I don't now that we've even talked about this a little further, I don't even see the point of even talking. That's like like when you're negotiating, like maybe something that you see on Facebook Market, but your account's in a red. Like, what's the point of even talking about it?
Yeah.
That was a nice boat. I don't got boat money.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. No, there is a problem with them talking about it. We ain't got no money. So no.
I think
Aaron Rodgers, no.
Rand Carthen's just been all over. I think he's in love with quarterbacks. He's talked to every single quarterback, I feel like, in the NFL at this point. He's seen every one of these quarterbacks in the draft. Like, Anthony Richardson came by. He was in Nashville, I think, 2 days ago. So he really is. He's doing his serious homework on quarterbacks. And I've seen a lot more quarterbacks attached to Tennessee than I have any other position, which is a little shocking.
Didn't he have Stroud and Levis for the 30-day thing?
Yeah. Stroud, Levis, Bryce Young.
Dude, he's
Hooker.
talking to everybody. I don't know if
there's
it's a
even-
smoke screen or if it's legitimate that he's maybe leaning that direction. But I'm telling you, the opportunity to trade back just looks better to me, and hold out for a QB next year, because right now you got two very good prospects in Young and Stroud, but after that you got what ifs, and we've had enough what ifs. Round 3 last year, I don't need another what if.
My thing is, and I mean, first of all, Anthony Richardson doesn't even do well in the state of Tennessee. He went 0-2 last year. He lost to Vanderbilt. So I don't think that would even be a good thing for Anthony Richardson to even come here anyway. I do see his upside. I get it. But at the same time we all knew. I didn't like what I saw out of Malik Willis last year. I don't think anybody did. But at the same time, we all knew that he was going to be a project. He wasn't supposed to even see the field last year at all.
Right.
So my thing is, if you're going to trade up to get a project, why would you do that and you're only in year 2 of the project that has a similar skill set to Anthony Richardson too? I don't see the point of that. I don't want Will Levis anywhere in the state of Tennessee for nothing unless he's playing for the Colts next year. So I don't even know why we even talking to him. That man is garbage. I've watched him for 2 years. I understand the arm talent, and he's a mammoth of a dude. I get all that, but I don't want him anywhere in Nashville. I don't even want to see him at the bar.
It's because he puts mayo in his coffee, isn't it?
And you know what? I like mayonnaise. I love mayonnaise. I love mayonnaise. I have no problem with mayonnaise, but I ain't putting it in my coffee. The fact that he even did that or even thought about even doing it is another reason why I don't want him here. But he's
I
just
had a
trying.
feeling Curtis was going to bring that up.
I forgot all about it. Forgot all about it. Didn't he lose to Vanderbilt too?
Oh shit! I think so.
Did he lose to Vanderbilt this year? I don't want nobody on my team that lost to Vanderbilt.
Hey, who's Vanderbilt's quarterback? I think he's the true winner of this.
Mike Wright?
Let's take him.
And then that same team lost to Joe Milton like 80-0.
Yeah.
80-0. Like, and I don't even think Joe Milton even had a good game that day. I didn't think he played all that good. And they didn't even score a point.
It was
and
like.
you're telling me.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, and you're telling me that Anthony Richardson can't put up the backup quarterback for and I understand that Florida and Tennessee were, 2 different teams this year. But you're telling me that my team can put up 60 points with the backup quarterback and Anthony Richardson scored 21 points or something? Nah, I'm good on Anthony Richardson. Like, I see the potential. I get it. And he did look good in that edit that went around. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I didn't even think about it until then. When I seen the edit, I was like, yeah, he does look good in that jersey. But, Yeah, I'm good on Levis and Richardson. CJ Stroud, would love CJ Stroud, but the thing is, it's gonna cost you too much to get CJ Stroud. Honestly, I don't see the point of that. I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, I think he's penciled in Houston at this point. If for some reason he makes it past Houston, Houston plays a Houston move, then yeah, we may need to trade up for CJ Stroud at 3. But what would it cost? It's probably a lot.
There's more than a strong chance, in my opinion, that the Texans don't take a quarterback at number 2.
I think that's
I've been hearing a lot about it lately. A lot of buzz about them bringing in.
I saw you guys
drafting
like Levis,
Tyree
and
Wilson.
that would be hilarious.
I saw a mock draft that saw us draft Will Anderson at 2, and then at 12, Will Levis.
But you know what? That's understandable for you guys, because you honestly need as many good players. We need a lot of good players too, but for y'all, I mean, you're gonna get
right.
the best player in the draft, and then you're gonna get a quarterback. Which, I mean, if you're gonna get Will Anderson, I wouldn't get Will Levis, honestly. First of all, there's too many Wills. That's number one. Number 2, it's just like you might as well just suck again this year, get all the good pieces that you can this year, and then next year you get Caleb Williams or Drake May or whoever comes up.
Yeah,
that's what I would do if I was the Texans, and that was the same thing I would do if I'm the Titans. I'm gonna explain why. I know I'm talking a lot here, but the thing is I think that if you possibly trade back or you stand packed where you are, I think this year you can literally fix the team just for this year. Like if you just fix your offensive line, maybe add one more weapon in the second or the third round, I honestly think that you can win a division. Jacksonville is on a rise. I get that. But at the same time, they went 9-8 last year. They didn't go 12-5. Okay? And then they would have lost to Josh Dobbs. I mean, if Ryan Tannehill plays that last game, the Titans probably beat them by 10. Okay? Just with Ryan Tannehill. And everybody knows how I feel about Ryan Tannehill. You said what?
I said, then we don't have the 11th. We're sitting.
You don't have the 11th, but we don't even know what we're going to do at the 11th. So it's just like, we might as well just should have won,
Average.
Yeah. So, I mean, Jacksonville, I just think that if you fix the offensive line, and because I think you've done enough to where your defense can keep you competitive, but if you get one more weapon and you fix the offensive line, you're going to win a division. You're not going to do anything in the playoffs, but the thing is, fix the team this year, then next year, you trade and get your quarterback, whether you get him in free agency or you get him in a draft. Fix the team this year. Next year, get your quarterback. Let's ride into a new stadium. I think it's as simple as that, honestly.
Yeah. All right. Well,
yeah.
That leads me to the next rumor that kind of hails from the former employer of Rand Carthon. And the rumor is that on draft day, there will be a trade made to acquire Trey Lance by the Tennessee Titans. How would you guys feel about that? I don't necessarily think you'd have to give up a first. And I think you could potentially give up a future pick and get him. How does that make you feel? How does that sit with you?
I will go first if that's okay.
Go for it.
I'm going to say I think I'd be willing to take it if it didn't cost anywhere near as much as trading up to 3 to get like Levis or Anthony Richards. Like I think that it would be worth a shot, but I honestly, the 49ers have been pretty good at picking quarterbacks. I mean, look at what they did last year. The last pick in the entire NFL draft, they picked the best quarterback that they could. They got Jimmy Garoppolo, and even though he's been sitting on the bench, we haven't really gotten a chance to see what he's all about. I think he might be worth a shot if it's a whole lot cheaper than what we would spend on, a what if. But that's just mine.
Okay. Blake, Fred, either one?
I wouldn't hate it because I love Trey Lance coming out of college. A couple things concern me. Number one is the injuries, of course. Two is we really haven't seen a whole lot, like who actually is Trey Lance. third red flag is, have you guys seen how much he's aged? This man's hairline is like right here now. So the fact that he's just, I don't know what's going on with Trey Lance. I don't know if he's going through a midlife crisis at 24, but he's looking a little rough. So I don't know. I think if we did trade, I'm not giving up a first. I'm probably not even giving up a second, man. I would give up Malik Willis, because that's still a quarterback. He's still worth a lot. Malik Willis and like a third or maybe a future third. I wouldn't want to give up a lot because we already don't have a lot of capital. And, I'm kind of what Fred was saying earlier, man. I don't want a quarterback this year. I want to keep Tannehill. Let's build up around him. Tannehill's gone next year. We're going to have like over $100 million in cap. So next year, I'm not sure what free agents are available. Lamar Jackson could be available next year. We could suck and get a top quarterback next year. So I think I would just roll the dice on a QB next year, whether it's a free agent or a rookie. But if it's a free agent, we could actually afford a free agent quarterback next year. So I'd be very open to that because I just want weapons as of right now. I want weapons. I want an offensive line because if we do get Trey Lance, who has had injuries, dude's going to get killed back there. So, no, I don't know. I'd rather not give up Trey Lance unless we got him for cheap. But I do like Trey Lance. I loved him coming out of college. He was probably one of my favorite quarterbacks in that draft. I liked him way more than Mac Jones and who was the first quarterback taken that year?
That was Trevor Lawrence.
I even liked him more than Trevor Lawrence. I did not like Trevor Lawrence coming out of college. I like Trey Lance over him. So yeah, I like Trey Lance, but I don't know if I'd give up a first for him. I'd have to go cheap.
Blake, I'm with a lot of things that you said. I like Trey Lance the best coming out of that draft. I did also like him over Trevor Lawrence. I've never really been a Trevor Lawrence fan. I think he's been more hyped, and I think that even now, like they're trying to act like that man is Joe Burrow out here or something like that. He went 9-8. Okay, went 9-8. The Titans had to lose 7 straight games just for them to win the division on the last week. What are we talking? What? He's not John Elway. When it comes to Trey Lance, I would do it, but this is how I would do it. I wouldn't trade a first, a second, a third, or even a fourth. I would trade Malik Willis. I would trade a fifth for it, and I think it's fair because the thing is, you already have, you've already seen enough out of Brock Purdy to give him the range for at least 2 or 3 seasons. Honestly, I mean, he took you that far and played extremely, extremely well. So I would trade Malik Willis, and I love Malik, man. I've met him in person; he's a great dude. But I would trade Malik Willis, and I would trade a 5th-round pick, get revenge off the Dennis Daly debacle, and get Trey Lance, see what you got, see if he can stay healthy, maybe get him into like some packages this year, maybe. I don't know if that would happen, but at least you could see what you got. Because I mean, he's got all the arm talent in the world. He's athletic. He's your typical Tennessee Titans quarterback. So I would trade him just to see what you can get out of him. And then if you don't see what you need to see in practices or anything like that, then you go draft another quarterback and get rid of him. You only gave up a 5th-round pick. So I think it's worth a shot. It's just I'm just not going to trade a first, second, or third because you need it for the team this year. So yeah.
If that's the deal, I'm taking that all day.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, as long as the risk isn't too huge, it's actually a smart deal, especially when you got Ryan Tannehill on another year for his contract. So, I mean, he can come in, learn the system, be a chance. And if it's a failure, seriously, like you said, just, stick to the QB option next year.
Because we're not desperate for a quarterback. So, like, I just don't understand why we have to keep forcing a QB when, we have Tannehill. I mean, he's not going to win the MVP, but he's going to win us 10 games. I mean, he's proven to have done that with a lot of very low talent. I mean, his best season was the 2019 year. I mean, when we had that amazing run. But he had a lot of talent there. Now he has no talent. Or the year we went 12-5 with the most injured roster in NFL history, and he made it work. So I do have faith in Tannehill. He actually looked all right last year. He just kept getting hurt, but I mean, everyone's getting hurt behind that offensive line. So
if he didn't get hurt, we were probably
wouldn't have dropped 7 straight.
Chance.
No, we would have been in the playoffs. We probably would have won 9 or 10 games, I imagine we definitely would have beat the Texans. We would have beat the Jaguars. You probably beat the Cowboys with them. That's 10 weird. That's 10 wins. That's 10 wins right there.
You're losing to the Texans every day of the week.
No, I think that I with that particular game, like, because I was there. That particular game, I think they probably would have beat the Texans that game, because you got to think the Titans like were winning that game, like, and we had Malik Willis in, who was god awful that game. People didn't hate Malik Willis until that game. You realize most people like Malik Willis when they played the Chiefs. Nobody complained about Malik Willis until the Texans game.
That's because they were one score away from beating the Chiefs, and they were like, might be able to do it. And then they played the Texans. They're like, this is a guaranteed win. Oh no, it's not.
No, it's not. And if we had Tannehill, we would have beat the Chiefs easily that game. So we would have won 11 games with Tannehill last year. I'm not a Tannehill fan. The only reason why I'm not is because of what he does in the playoffs. Regular season, I have no issue with Ryan Tannehill. I think he can make all the throws. I think he's a pretty solid leader. I don't have an issue with him in the regular season. In the playoffs, he has a bad anxiety issue. I can see it on him. He has a terrible anxiety issue. I don't need my quarterback to have anxiety.
Yeah.
Who?
Very fair assessment.
Yeah, Rodgers. You could, but the thing is like Rodgers has won a Super Bowl before. Now, has he, not achieved much after that? Yeah, but if he didn't win that, he'd be the biggest choke artist in NFL history.
Real quick,
very true.
Minus that one Super Bowl, is Aaron Rodgers Tony Romo?
No, Tony Romo never won that many playoff games.
Yeah, he never. Yeah, no. I can't give him that, and I love Tony Romo too. But yeah, I can't give him that. I can't give him that.
Tony is the ultimate.
That's disrespectful.
That was fair.
That's disrespectful. Honestly, he might be Dak Prescott without that Super Bowl, just with a couple MVPs.
Yeah. See, I love Dak. If Dak ever left Dallas, that's who I would want here. I think Dak would be incredible in Tennessee.
Yeah, he can
Dak
stay the
on that edge. There's one little lip that he can't get over. I love that.
Yeah, I'm so tired of like being disappointed at the end of these seasons that I couldn't handle Dak Prescott here, because I like Dak too. I'm not a Dak hater, but I've just seen what he does in the playoffs. I need somebody that can come in here and give me a damn Super Bowl. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, trade 10 first-round draft picks with Joe Burrow. I know that's not realistic, but trade if the Bengals were like, hey, we're not going to pay Joe Burrow $400 million, do whatever you got to do to get him.
Yeah,
I'd give him the damn stadium. I don't care.
You could call Tom Brady.
I wanted Tom Brady in 2020, and that ship is set. I was slapping the desk for Tom Brady. Tannehill did great that year, and I appreciate him for everything he did. But I was at that Kansas City game, okay? And I seen Ryan, and it wasn't just Ryan Tannehill's fault that day. He just wasn't the reason why we stayed in the game. They were shutting down Derrick Henry that game because that's what the Chiefs do. They're good. The way they scheme against him just works. Ryan Tannehill just could not win that game for us. But I say, you know what? If I had Tom Brady at that particular spot, Tom Brady would have won me that damn game. And that's why I wanted him. Didn't hate Tannehill, but I was like, we can't do it with him. I was like, give me Tom. You know how lit Nashville would have been if we had Tom Brady that year and Gronk running around Broadway?
He's getting arrested in Nashville. That's probably why he never came here.
Man, probably. But the thing is, man, let me tell you something. If Gronk was look, Gronk would have got a pass by somebody. Somebody would have covered for him. If Chris Johnson can be in 2008 in the club blackout drunk at 2 a.m. in the morning and nobody knew about it, and then he ran for 200 yards the next game and nobody really reported on it, you think Gronk ain't gonna get away with a shotgun and a couple beers? Come on now.
Yeah, Gronk's gonna be drinking on the sideline. No one cares.
Man, nobody would care. The only thing that would happen is we got Scoop now. If we can just get Scoop out the way, Gronk would have been just fine,
And bringing Jeff Fisher at that too. That would be a real team.
Man, heck yeah, it would be. But yeah, Tom Brady
on the sideline and everything. They'll be ready.
Dude, and like I'm not even a Tom Brady fan, but I respect Tom Brady like to the utmost. But we needed him in that 2020 year. We had him for that 2020 year. We would have won.
All right.
Yeah, what's more important, having one Super Bowl win and then being, a dry bed of no team anymore?
Yeah.
Like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are right now.
I'll take one Super Bowl and then suck for the next 10. I'm cool.
I'm fine with
that's dirty pool, Blake.
Nashville sports has never won anything. Do you remember how depressed people were when the Preds lost in that Game 6?
Yep.
That was
Do you remember how depressed we were when we lost to the Bengals? And I mean, just give me one. Imagine the parade. We had a parade when we lost. Imagine if we won just one time. Dude, people would be drunk for a month. School would be closed for a week if it happened.
I'm not showing up to work for a while if Titans win Super Bowl.
Oh no.
That's not a dynasty. That's not established.
I don't give a damn about it. I don't give a damn about dynasty. Just give me one. I ain't greedy. Give me one.
Pull the Rams. That's what they're pulling for.
Just give me one, and I'm happy. And then the next 5 years, I don't give a damn. After the 5 years, then we can talk again. But I need one. I just need one. I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get back to the draft a little bit. The Titans have pick number 11. If you're the GM, are you trading up or are you trading down? And let's just assume that whoever your person is that you would have penciled in at 11, let's just say the first name on that list is off the list. So where are we at?
So I want Paris Johnson at 11. If he's gone, say he goes pick 10 to whoever, I think Seattle. If they're at 10 and he's gone, I'm trading back. I'm going to take either Broderick Jones, tackle out of Georgia, or I'm taking Darnell Wright, tackle out of Tennessee. I know we were talking before the show, they may not be their natural positions, but, the Titans have had no offensive linemen the last 2 years. I just need bodies out there, and I need talented bodies. I'm tired of these Dennis Dailies. I'm tired of these Corey Levins. I'm tired of these Aaron Brewers. I need some guys. I need some early round dudes. We don't have the money to pay, any of these big left tackles, but we can get some draft capital. Let's use them. I want the best tackles possible. Young, big, strong. Let's go. We need some bodies out there. So I'm getting the best tackle, right or left, doesn't matter to me. Maybe Skorinski. We were talking about him earlier. I know Vrabel. He values people that can play multiple positions, and that's why I think he's the dark horse to go at 11. Even if Paris Johnson is there, I wouldn't be shocked if we go with the boy from Northwestern.
Titan Fox.
Wow. I did not expect you to say Skoronski over PJJ.
I personally want Paris, but I'm saying I think Vrabel and Carthen, I think they might get sneaky and go with Skoronski just because he can play so many positions. I think he can play everything but center. So I wouldn't be shocked. And Northwestern, that's basically an Ivy League school, so very, very smart dude. So we need some smart offensive linemen out there. So it wouldn't shock me if we got him. I wouldn't be mad because I will take any offensive lineman at this point. But Paris Johnson, that's my number one out of the entire draft. If we're the number one overall pick, I'm taking him.
Definitely. Now, if Skoronski and PJJ are off the board, I'm still 100% on trading back because, I don't think that taking Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to actually solve our wide receiver problems, especially taking them at 11 if he's still available. I think trading back allows you more versatility with your team, and especially with a new offensive coordinator in Tim Kelly. We get a chance to say, hey, you know what? We got a couple more positions we can fill, and that actually means a lot. And we have people like Steve Avila, second round. What if we trade back just a little bit, maybe to like 15 or 16? I think 16 is the Commanders. We trade back, pick up a second round pick or a third round pick, pick up somebody like him, and then the wide receiver class is not deep, but it is expansive. Like there's a lot of options available. Even in the mid rounds. I mean, you got a lot of things like actually. Hold on. One of my favorites, actually, I didn't get a chance to mention him. Jonathan Mingo. I feel like he could be late second round, maybe early third round, and I feel like he's gonna explode. But
Okay.
in the long run, I seriously feel like the trade back is gonna work best for us.
Okay. Fred?
I agree. I agree with both of you guys. Like Blake, my top two are Paris Johnson and the big mammoth from Northwestern. Um, I think that they'll go with Peter Skoronsky. The reason why is because they've kind of said it. They want guys that can play multiple positions, and I think that wherever that he can line up, whether that be tackle or whether that be guard. I mean, I think he's a monster. So I think that that's what they're going to do at 11. I wouldn't have a problem with trading back because we need a lot of things. We have so many holes to fill. So, if you can get more picks, more quality picks, then hell yeah, like go for it. I think when it comes to wide receivers, Mike Vrabel said it best. I mean, it took him 4 years to figure out we needed speed on a team. I'm like, we got a whole bunch of turtles. We've been having a whole bunch of turtles on the team for years. Thank God you finally said you wanted speed. And I'm not trying to be a UT homer here, like at all, because I have my questions about him too. But I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they drafted Jalen Hyatt, just somebody that can just get behind the defense. I think that he's small in stature and everything, and he's gonna have to gain some weight for sure. But I think if you can get his weight up a little bit, I mean, the way that he can just get past defenses, I think that's something that's needed on the team. I think that Traylon Burks is that guy. I don't think he's going to be quite AJ Brown, but I think he's going to kind of be in that kind of neighborhood. I see a lot of special things from him. So you don't need to draft a wide receiver number one because you already have your number one, and then you already have like a great tight end too, which that's what this offense is based on anyway. Getting into the tight ends, it always has been. You just need that one guy that can take the top off the defense. So you're going to get that in the second or the third round. The first pick is definitely going to be a offensive lineman, and I think they're going to get the guy from Northwestern because they want guys that can play multiple positions. And I think having the addition of Andre Dillard, maybe in the first year you want Andre Dillard to play the left tackle, is because he has a little bit more experience. I know he hadn't played a lot, but he's not a rookie either. And then you got Peter that can play offensive guard, so that's kind of really just going to solidify your left side, and then you got MPF on the right side, and then we get a free agent from San Francisco too to play the right guard.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Brunskill?
Yeah, Brunskill.
Yeah, Brunskill. And then the thing is, people hate on Dylan Radins, and I get it, but I don't consider myself to be any kind of expert. But when I've seen him play left guard, I haven't been just so disappointed. I thought he's played solid. So I think that with the players, even with like a Corey Levin and Aaron Brewer and those guys, I think that if you just go draft a lineman first, I think that kind of completes your offensive line at least for next year, at least for this coming up year. It'll be a lot better than what it was last year, for sure.
There's somebody that I don't think anybody's mentioned yet that I think the Titans could dark horse draft, and that would be the number one center in the class, pure center. I think it's like Michael Smith or something. It's like a
John Michael Smits.
Yeah, Smits. Yeah,
I have him.
He's
on
from
my
Minnesota.
List.
Yeah,
yeah.
I imagine
I would love him.
The retirement and release of Ben Jones is going to be a hole that they're going to try to address in the draft. Depending on how much they value it, I would say that left tackle and center are probably equally valuable, but one's paid more. Because the center is the quarterback of the offensive line. He's the one who checks all the blocking schemes and then everything, and then kind of disseminates the information from left to right. So I think you're going to need somebody who can do that well and block well, and that's what that guy would bring you. and I think you could trade back from 11 and pick him up, and I think that would add some more capital to what you guys would be able to, kind of build in this draft.
It's a great idea. I'm not against it, but it's just the history of this team, and I know we've got like a new regime in here now, that you just don't never see them get centers in the first round. You typically see them draft maybe in the third, fourth round. You'll see them get a guy, like that, because with center, even though it's the most important position on the offensive line, for whatever reason, it's just not a prime position, because you can always get good centers like later on in the draft. But when you need like a good left tackle, more times often than not, you're not going to find a good left tackle at fourth and fifth round, unless you're Michael Roos or somebody, which Michael Roos just don't come around like that. So I think it's a good idea. I wouldn't be mad if we did that, but I just think with the history of this team, I can see them getting the center in the third round. I think they're going to go tackle.
I don't think we even drafted a guard in the first round or second. Like, when was the last one?
Yeah, we did.
Chance Warmack.
Warmack. Yeah, that was terrible. Yeah, out of Alabama.
Yeah.
Well, gents, I think we're coming to a close here. So I want to go ahead and thank you guys for coming on and give me a little part of your time. Folks, I want to thank you guys for watching. Let's hit I didn't say this at the beginning, so whatever, but 10 like goal on this episode. Go ahead and click Fred's link in the description. The music video is awesome. His song is awesome. And if you're a Titans fan, you're going to love it. And subscribe to him as well. Subscribe to us. Be good people.
Also, remember the Jags fans are beating us out. So let's do it.
Yeah, that's right.
The Jags fans, they're beating us at what?
So
at the like number.
Yeah, the like goal. The Jags have been hitting it on their episodes, and nobody else has been hitting it on any of the other ones.
Oh no, we're gonna change that shit.
Well, once the Jags fans start losing next year, they're all going to disappear like all other Jags fans do. They're so fair weather.
Oh, let me tell you something about Jacksonville. First time I went to Jacksonville, right? I didn't see a damn thing, and I went all over that city, all like Jacksonville Landing. I went everywhere, right? I mean, the damn nuclear center. They got the worst water on earth. You ever drink tap water from Jacksonville? That shit's awful. They shouldn't even be able to even sell tap water. That should be illegal. Anyways, I didn't see anything Jacksonville Jaguars at the time, and they were winning. This was probably like 2007. They had like David Garrard at the time. I didn't see not a damn thing with that. They are the worst fans in the league. So Titans fans, we got to do better. We can't let Jacksonville beat us.
Also, just so you know, this guy right here, #1 Titans fan, lives in Jacksonville.
So you know about the tap water.
Oh, yeah. I've actually met David Garrard. No lie.
Yeah.
I love that dude. I love Garrard. I hated that he played for Jacksonville, but I loved him and I love Byron Leftwich. I think a lot of Jags fans I love. I'll never say that again. No, these not recorded.
There's a couple Jags players I liked. I like those two guys. I like Fred Taylor. I liked Jimmy Smith. Jones Drew, Jimmy Smith. A couple of those guys.
Mm-hmm. Not a lot of defense, but their offense was always pretty solid.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Curtis is trying to wrap it up.
Wrap it up then.
All right, she's wrapped.